What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode here on Full Throttle. My name is Charlie, and today I'm going to be replacing the camshaft and crankshaft position sensors on, it's actually a friend's car. He's bought parts from me in the past, and he's talked to me about, his car and stuff. He's got a 300ZX, and he's got a 350Z, and today he's going to be coming over. He's going to be here in like 30 minutes, and we're going to go over and replace the camshaft position sensors and the crankshaft position sensors. So, one thing I wanted to go over is I didn't actually talk about when I did the video about the ball joints and stuff. I didn't talk about how how to diagnose that, what the issues are and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to come out with another video on that and show you guys roughly like what to look for when stuff is going bad with the suspension on these 350Zs. So I'm gonna go up on, I already have the car up on the lift, so I'm gonna show you guys what I plan to do in a couple of days. I should have a video up explaining this stuff. So I thought it would be pretty cool. So what I did today, I actually found a pretty cool spot to mount my GoPro. So I mounted it right here earlier, and I'm gonna try to find another spot to mount it. And I actually went for a drive, and you could actually see this compression arm or radius rod, whatever you wanna call it, was actually flexing and making a lot of noise. But there wasn't a lot of light in the video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to figure out a way to mount a light under here and then show you guys kind of the suspension and what goes on with this when it's bad when you're driving and what causes some of the noise. So that's gonna be for another video, but I just wanted to go over that and explain it to you guys. And there's also some other stuff I wanted to go over. So I've got a ton of parts to go over. So like basically I've got, I've got these hubs right here to rebuild. I've got, what else? I've got that carbon fiber hood, the hood latches, the Koyo radiator and the Mishimoto radiator fans. I actually got these carbon fiber eyelids to match with the hood, and they're actually real carbon fiber, which is pretty cool. And I've actually got this motor down exhaust system still. I really want to get arc pipes, but I don't know if I'll install those at the same time. I've got the 06 to 09 taillights that I'm going to be putting on my car. I've got the Akibano brake calipers with all brand new pads, stainless steel lines. I've got a lot of stuff to do. Plus I've got a whole Z1 Motorsports hose kit, silicone hose kit for my car. All this stuff is going to go on my personal car. So I've got that. I've also got the G35 rear bumper spats, just like I put on this car. And I've also got like a rear diff cover, a finned rear diff cover, high capacity from Z1. That's also going to be going on a welded diff. And I've got a lot of stuff to do. So stay tuned for these videos. There's a lot of stuff to come, but for today, I'm going to be doing these cam and crankshaft position sensors. So I'm going to get back to you guys when the guy gets here. All right, so this is the car. We're going to be getting to the camshaft position sensor on the rear of the valve cover on the right and left sides. So there's one on the left that's a curved one, and there's one on the right that's that's more of a straight sensor. I'm pretty sure it uses two 10mm or a 1 10mm on each side. So I'm going to get to it and show you guys exactly how to do this. All right, so what we're going to start by doing is removing the terminals on the battery. So it's just a 10mm here. So after you've got your battery terminal removed, you can start working on getting these camshaft and crankshaft position sensors off. All right, so this is on the passenger side, and this is the sensor right here. So it's got a little bit of debris on it, but that's the sensor. There's one 10mm right there. And after you take out that 10mm, well, first you're gonna wanna unplug the plug. So you're gonna have to get underneath it and then probably use a longer flathead. So when you push that the clip in, you can just pop it off easier without trying to tug on the wire itself. What I do first is I'm going to pop this clip out. You're gonna need to get under it and press the little clip on the bottom side. I'm gonna pull the sensor out, and then I'm gonna bring it up here just to give me a little bit more room. That way I can actually pull it off that way. So I'm gonna use a 10mm regular wrench. And you're probably gonna have a little bit of oil come out here. Now be careful not to drop this 10mm. So there's the 10. And now this position sensor should just come right out. There it goes. And now I can pull it up here and actually unclip it. So, oh, this has to be pushed in, that's why. All right, so on the bottom of this plug, you actually have to push it this direction. And you actually have, this isn't one of the plugs where you push here, that way you can pull out. You actually have to push this inwards towards the engine. Come on. You actually have to push this inwards towards the engine. That way you can unplug it. So I'm gonna do that now and take the sensor off. All right, so these and these are the new ones, and this is the crankshaft position sensor, and then these two are the camshaft position sensors. This is the old one. You can see it's filled with gunk, and I'm gonna replace it with this new one. So now all I'm gonna do is put this back in there and put the 10mm back in, and then I'll plug the plug in, and this side is pretty much done. There you go. The sensor is mounted. And the plug is back in. And now we're gonna move to the driver's side. So I'm still standing on the passenger side, but this is the, you can see the plug shining, the light shining on the plug down there. It's right there, and it's the same type of plug. So you push down on that clip part. So basically, what you do is you push down right here towards the ground, and then you'll hear a click, and then you can pull this plug off too. So there's the plug there. All you have to do is push that yellow part down, and then you can pull the plug right off. So far, since I've been doing this, just taking the plugs off has been the hardest part. Putting the sensors on and taking the sensors off has been pretty easy so far. All right, so here's the driver one, and it's the one with the curved. It looks more like an L. It's not straight. So there's the 10. Here's the sensor, and I'm gonna throw the new one on. All you do is take this one out and then put the new one in, and that's pretty much it. All right, so the plug is plugged back into the camshaft position sensor on the driver's side, and I tightened the 10 down. We're all good over here. So now all we have to do is lift the car up and do the crankshaft position sensor. So that video I did not too long ago, where you can see this oil built up on the bottom, all this grease looking buildup. That's from that oil, or one of the main causes of this is from the oil filter, not oil filter, but the OEM oil cooler right here, this little sandwich plate. What happens is that little O-ring goes bad in the back, so this is what it looks like here. All right, so for the crankshaft position sensor, if you have this under engine shield, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take these 10s out. There's 5 of them, and then you're going to drop this little cover, and the crankshaft position sensor is right under here. So here's the crankshaft position sensor. After you remove that shield, you've got a 10mm here. All you do is unplug it, just like that. And then you take this 10mm out, it comes out, you put the new one in, and that's pretty much it. All right, so all I'm gonna do is zip this 10 out. There's the crankshaft position sensor. And then here's the new one here. Just pull it up real quick. So this is the one gonna be going on the car. Just gonna compare them real quick. All right, good. Plugs are the same, everything looks good. And now it's time to throw it on the car. Let's throw this one on. Now you just tighten up your 10. There you go. Now you just plug it back in. Put your under engine shield back up, and you're good to go. Good. Alright, so then after you're done, just connect your battery and then start up the car and see if you have any codes. Alright, so these are all the tools I used. I used a 10mm socket, this Makita impact gun, this flashlight. These are the old sensors. I used this short 10mm with a small socket wrench, needle nose pliers. Actually, I don't even think I did use these. Two 10mm. I just grabbed an extra one just because I couldn't find this one at the moment. Flathead screwdriver and this magnet because I dropped one of the bolts. But that's everything I used. Alright guys, so I just got done. He just left. And yeah, so basically that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple job. I didn't even ask him how much the sensors cost, but I mean, you can find them pretty much anywhere. You can find them on eBay, you can find them. I like buying parts on Rock Auto. I feel like it's a really good experience. Every experience I've had with them, it's been pretty good. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward job. The only difficult part for me was unplugging the sensors. That was the only difficult part for me. Overall, it would probably only take you 30 minutes to replace the camshaft sensors and maybe 10 minutes to replace the crankshaft sensor if you had to jack it up and get under it, maybe 10 minutes altogether. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys need any parts for 350Zs, G35s, G37s, or 300ZXs, just hit me up on Facebook or Instagram, or you can check out my eBay stores. All of that stuff is in the description. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys later.